Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Proko. One of the most important concepts to understand when doing most types of Quicksketch is gesture. When you only have a few minutes to draw a figure, the goal is just to capture the pose, the story. I think one of the people that teaches that best is Mike Matesi in his Force books. So I invited him and his partner, Diego Lucia, to give you guys an overview of Force. If you want to learn more, head over to drawingforce.com. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Diego and Mike.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and start with this pose. We're going to be understanding a little bit of force. Okay, and with force, what I mean, we're going to be looking for function. At this stage, what our main function is balance. And we're going to achieve balance creating rhythm between masses. This is going to be our main goal for this part of the video. Let's go ahead and watch this pose. We're going to be using our model Trinda, and let's find the first important rhythm, which is the connection between the torso. And we have here the back goes here into the hips. See, I'm trying to drive the force from the back into the abdomen. And then I will connect this to create the whole torso and hips. Giving it some color. So we have that already. We have almost 50% of the body creating using these two rhythms. See? This into here. And that is, I'm using these arrows because it's important to understand that we are driving energy and it connects. It goes from here all the way to here. And what I'm doing on the sides, it's not silhouette because this is flowing through all here and all here is going in, you see? So that is important to have in your mind, to be aware of. Let's keep going and start putting him on the ground. We are talking about balance, so we need to think also about gravity. So let's go ahead and think about this leg that's coming towards us. Okay, I will do this just to understand where this leg's going. So we said we're coming here, we're going around the whole body, and this is what comes out. What is that? It's another force, another directional force that goes from here to here to here. So we have like outside, inside, outside. Outside of the leg, inside of the leg, outside of the leg. So once again, we are creating rhythm, okay? This is rhythm to create balance between masses, okay? To give it function to what we're drawing. It's not just measuring and having pieces of wood. It's alive. We're drawing a human being. We need to have empathy of what he's feeling, the strength he's putting, the effort, okay? So this is what's really important. So let's go ahead and finish this. We have foot here. Okay, on the other side, we have the other leg going out. Once again, we need to find those directional forces, and we're going outside, inside, and outside in this case. And here we have his other foot. So now we can think about the middle of the chest. There we have it. And with the neck. And the neck is going this way. I hope you'll find out why. It's because we are coming from the back into the neck. Okay, we're creating that rhythm. So going from the back to the neck. Okay, we have the ear, we're going to have the head here. Okay, so this is our template, our force template. Okay. So then we're going to have the head here. Let's get the head placed. And with the arms, we're going to feel the same. We're going to the shoulder, and then we're going arm, elbow, forearm. So we have this rhythm which creates and gives us the function of this right arm. Okay, to the other arm, we go all the way to the other side, like we did it at the beginning. the beginning we start doing this and then feel here. This is the other arm and the hand. Watch that the hand is flowing with the same directional force as the arm. So it's not changing. It's not creating a rhythm on the arm to the hand. In this case, it does. So arm and hand. Okay? So this is basically what we're thinking when we talk about forces. I know many of you may know me from Instagram and watch my videos and watch how fast I draw. And it's not a matter of speed. It's a matter of understanding and focusing and going from big to small. Okay? Don't focus on the detail first. Understand the function of what you're drawing. See? And after that, you'll be able to add all the details you want to your drawing. Hope you enjoy this part and it gives you some concepts to move through the figure drawing when it comes to quick poses or even longer poses, but understanding the function, the main function, which is balance, creating rhythm between masses. Be aware of the gravity.
All right, so let's take a look at how we're going to take Diego's drawing and try to push the pose, right? So the first trick to trying to push these poses is being aware of angles, okay? Force and rhythms actually create angles. And right now you can see there's a diagonal happening in this body. It's just not strong enough, right? Holistically, the figure feels almost like a straight line, like a vertical horizontal with this subtle rhythm in it. So I'm going to try to take that to the next step. I'm going to go down to a very low percent. That's going to allow me to think, right? Instead of the mark having to be immediate, it gives me the opportunity to feel force moving through the body, right? And I can push into that shoulder and feel that pushing going in there, right? Pushing forward like that. And then the sweeping down into the abdomen. So see, what I've done already is I've created a much stronger diagonal. Now I'm going to push another diagonal in here. First of all, I think I'm going to extend the legs, just make it more dramatic. And then I'm going to put another diagonal here in perspective, right? I like what Diego gave me with the leg coming forward. I'm going to play off of that. Now I need the diagonal on the knees as well. And I'm going to get this other foot like down here, right? So another strong diagonal, another strong diagonal. Now in the arms, I'm going to push more diagonals. You see, I'm going to have the diagonals look like that. Let me make them a little more rhythmic, right? I want to feel the fluidity like flowing from the tricep side of the arm up to the wrist, right? And then over into the hand. So now it's like that. And you can see how this is all fluid and connected, right? I can drive my way through the body. It feels balanced to me. The upper back, by the way, sweeps into the neck and head, right, like so, right? And now I have this other arm. I'm going to sweep this arm down here. I want to watch this diagonal, though, and this diagonal. Those two are too similar. So maybe I'll bring this up ever so slightly, maybe even more, right, like that. I'm going to bump up the opacity so I can see what I'm doing. Make the brush a little smaller. I'm going to start being a little more specific. And I'm going to finish up some anatomy in here, some shape design. Just a little bit more information than this light gray drawing. Notice this nice break in the wrist. That's an angle change, right? Like so. I'm going to tell you all one really big secret. When I was at Disney, which is many years ago, there was one rule that really stuck with me from my time at the studio, and that was that contrast creates interest. So in drawing, you know, in line, there are many different things that can be contrasted. You know, there's texture, thickness, opacity. The thing I'm trying to show you right now is angles, right? The contrast in the angles. So the contrast in the angles are creating more drama, right? I don't want a figure that's standing like this or laying down like this. I'm looking for this, right? And 45 degrees is, 45 is the most dramatic angle there is. All right, so let's get back. Notice that his arm's almost at a 45. This is almost at a 45, and then I straighten it out. Now, I don't have to straighten it out. I could break this angle a little bit more as well, right? It's up to me. Force comes from the back into the neck and head, like so. All right, so that gives me a nice rhythm as well. I'm going to give this some perspective, maybe turn his head, back over his shoulder a little bit, like that. All right, so this is feeling pretty good. I got nice diagonal in here. By the way, these are all made of force shapes. That's one of the things that's letting me draw so quickly. Let me show you what I mean by that really quick. If I tone this in, let's just take this leg as an example. I really want to keep in mind straight to curve design. Now I know rhythmically that this is an outside thigh, inside knee, outside calf drawing, or template for the leg. Now, if it's the curve of force is on the outside of the thigh, then the straight is on the inside of the thigh. Therefore, the knee is a curve, inside knee, which means outside knee is the straight. And therefore, calf is outside curve, which means the inside of the shin here is the straight. I use the bone there, and then I add the extra muscle to it, right? So that gives me this really strong silhouette. Now this form, of course, in here, I'm aware of all of this too, by the way, where the iliac crests are, all the anatomy, how the leg's coming out of the pelvis, like all that stuff's going on. It's not like you don't need to know your anatomy, but quite honestly, that's later. What you want to learn first is rhythm, right? Like making sure all this stuff actually makes sense, that you're learning about the function and all the stuff that Diego talked about in the first part of this video. So I have this other hand. I'm still not really happy with it, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to plug in a hand here like so. His head's a little small. Since it's a rough drawing, I could just sit here and manipulate it, right? I don't have much invested. It's totally okay to keep changing it, right? Like so. One last thing I want to share with you guys is just to show you how fast you can iterate with force drawing and shape design. So here's my pose, but let's say I want to push it even further. I can say, you know what, I'm going to turn this character so far that I'm going to see more of the back, like so. Now, because I'm drawing with forceful shape, it's really fast and really easy to do so. Right? You can see I can crank out the shape design and a full figure with silhouette very, very quickly. It's all straight to curves, but those straight to curves are developed through forceful shape, right? Let's say we have this arm sweeping back. And you can see how fast I can make this happen, right? So there's another drawing. Let's do one more. I was thinking, like, what if we even had the character going the other way? And all I took from this pose was, like, the legs, right? Maybe I'm like, I like the way the legs are working, but I'm going to push the rest of it, right? So you can see, again, I'm creating the gesture, right, of this pose through shape design. Notice I'm using the rhythms to quickly create the holistic feel of the figure, right? So everything works together. That's where rhythm is really, really powerful, right? So you got drawing number 1, drawing number 2, drawing number 3, all using force. I'm taking form into mind. I'm using shape design with force or forceful shape to really help me draw quickly and create numerous poses with more drama than the actual reference had.
If you guys want to see another force instructor, Swenley Benilia, take this pose and design a character around it, head over to Mike Matese's YouTube channel. He'll have a video on there as part 2 to this video. All right, see you tomorrow for another 12 Days of Proko video.